We're going to be building two houses in The Sims 4 today. Both of them are going to be using the exact same shell and layout, and I want to see how different I can make the two. This is the shell that I made. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. We have 2 floors and a tower in the back. This is what it looks like going around the back, so I mean, like, I'm fairly confident we can make this work in different ways. This is what it looks like on the inside, so we're gonna have a hallway here, a bathroom, 1 bedroom, and then we'll have open concept kitchen and living room. And I want to keep everything generally in the same spot. So when we do the interior, like everything is going to be in the same spot, but different. But first, a word from our sponsor. I remember telling you guys at the beginning of the year that I wanted to start focusing more on my health. And one of the ways that I started to do that was by taking the vitamins that were right for me. And that's where today's sponsor, Care of, comes into play. Care of is a subscription service for high quality vitamins, supplements, and powders that ship right to your door every month. It can be difficult figuring out which vitamins to take, and that's why Care of has a quiz that can help curate a personalized set of products for you and your needs. The packaging is also super cute. All of the vitamins come with your name on it, and the vitamin pack film is compostable. They also have an app that tracks how you're feeling, so you can see your results over time and adjust as your needs change. In 2024, I'm going to be focusing more on my gut health, and these probiotic powders are my favorite thing. I just stick them in my purse if I'm on the go, so I never forget to take them. So you can take Care of's personalized quiz by clicking the link down below in the description and use my code SYDMAC50 for 50% off your first order at Care of. Thank you so much to Care of for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. So I actually want to start off with a style that I've never done before, which is steampunk. Steampunk is an aesthetic that combines 19th century inspired fashion to industrial, usually steam-powered machinery. It's based on this like alternate universe where steam is the ultimate power source. For visuals, we often see a lot of gears, cogs, clocks, and pipes, and any other machinery inspired by the Victorian era. The fashion is also super interesting, like look at that dress. Okay, I gotta focus. Steampunk build, coming in hot. So the first thing I actually want to do is grab this metal wallpaper here from Strangerville, and we're gonna raise this up on a foundation. I'm gonna get the roofing out of the way, so I'm taking a half-gabled roof piece, and this is not gonna be your typical house like roofing style. We're actually going to curve this over. I'm gonna give it like an orangey metal roof paint with a thick trim, and then I'm gonna copy that roof piece, and we're gonna bring that like halfway across the top. I'm gonna copy and rotate that piece to meet the other one, and then we're just gonna hide this one inside the roofing that I made. I actually might bring this one up a little bit so we've got like a little bit of the wall peeking through. I'm using these industrial style fences from Get to Work. These are going on both of these little balconies here, and then I'm also going to put one along the top of the tower. Up here, we're gonna do something a little bit different though. I was picturing this observatory just like sitting up on top. Even if we can't use it, I can even put another one on the lot that is functional, but with the gear in there and like the machinery of it, I feel like that's gonna look cool peeking over the top. I'm gonna add a thick trim from Discovery University, and I'm just bringing my fence out this way for the entry. For flooring, I want to use some metal, and we're combining that with this old horse ranch wood. My stairs are also going to be the industrial ones from Get to Work, and for this tiny little bump out over here, I'm just gonna copy and paste one of my roofing pieces on there. All right, so far this is what we got. This is gonna be so detailed, like we need to get a good last look at this bare shell. There's gonna be a lot going on here in like 5 minutes. All right, for doors, I'm thinking about this one here from Get to Work, and then Get to Work also has these windows here. I think I might use these and combine that with these industrial loft windows, and I'm gonna keep that like dirty look. I think I'm just gonna alternate with those throughout this whole thing, except actually maybe up top we could combine these ones. These are from Moschino. They're just like big arched windows. So my windows and doors are done, and I've also gone in and added this light here from Journey to Batu. We might be seeing a lot of her today. And we're also going to be using a lot of Get to Work because it comes with these like industrial looking like pipes. We've got these things which are going to totally match. There's also like vents and just a lot of other machinery we can use. So I'm going to actually add a couple of these right here at the front. We can also use one of these industrial pipes here. And doing an aesthetic like this can be kind of difficult sometimes because you don't want it to end up looking messy, but that can be difficult to pull off when your goal is to have like a million things everywhere all at once. So every time I add something, I'm just like zooming out, making sure I still like it, and then just going in and adding some more. And then I'm also going to be adding these clocks. These I always put on my exteriors. These are from Get Together, and I'm just gonna like line a couple of them here at the front. I'm adding these metal overhangs here from Island Living, and maybe we could pull off this weird thing here from Get Famous. Get Together also has these clocks here, which maybe we could add along the sides. And like I was thinking about sizing this one up, and we can kind of just have that sticking over there like that. It's gonna play into like part of our landscaping, I hope. What if we stuck one of these items like right on top? Like we have this statue here from Get Together again, but maybe we find a different one. Oh, what about this sundial? I'm gonna try and make that bigger, and we'll stick it on top like this. Oh, this is gonna look so interesting. As one final thing, I saw a lot of like balloons, like big balloons. Like a lot of the houses that I saw with this aesthetic were floating. I should have made this thing float. But what if we sized up these massive balloons with the idea that like this thing could take off? She's just stationary at the moment, and we'll try and hide the eyeballs. All right, here is our steampunk exterior all complete. This actually ended up looking so cool. This one palm tree, I'm going to snap it in half. Get out of my life. But how cool. I added a bunch of industrial loft kit items. We've got the gears going all the way around. I finished up the detailing going along the back, and there is just so much happening. I brought the pipes along. I also used some get to work lights, and I added this little pond here with like this ground to wall industrial pipe. I felt like that looked like it could be just like spewing water out. So maybe this is like waste from inside. I made the water look a little bit like dirty. I don't think I want to put anything in there because I'm not going for overly dirty. I think the inside is going to look pretty classic actually. The calientes are going to be over there like, excuse me, what the heck is that? All right, let's start the interior, and I did add in some wallpaper here. So to start off, I'm going to be lining this entire area with Journey to Batu lights. I've always thought these look so cool as like a cluster of different lights, if you will. But I put a bunch of them with different heights and stuff, and I always thought that just looked so cool. I think for my couch, I want to use the industrial loft kit stuff. I'm gonna add a couple chairs along the back here, and I think my TV is going to be facing this wall here. I think I want to use this coffee table here from Growing Together. Maybe also with this TV stand from Base Game. I'm gonna add my TV, and now that we've done that, we can bring in the decor. I need a rug that's gonna match my orangey, like dark brown color scheme. So I'm actually gonna use this one here from Growing Together. Over here, I'm gonna add some Base Game bookshelves. I always thought the colors of the books on these were super pretty, and like the detailing on it. Actually, this whole set, like for a Base Game item, anything with this like book clutter on it, this one even has a coffee stain. So maybe we can do matching Base Game table here with these Journey to Batu chairs. And for that steampunk detailing, I was definitely picturing this light from City Living. I'm gonna put that right above my bookshelf. I'm gonna bring some more industrial loft kit pipes. These ones are gonna go all the way up to the ceiling. And then Journey to Batu also has a ton of this ceiling decor. I'm gonna just start adding that around. It's not gonna add anything of value really. I just think especially when you're looking at a build from here, having things hanging from this ceiling always ties it all together. We're definitely bringing in more things like these clocks. I think the look of this lantern here could totally work. This is also from Growing Together, and we're definitely gonna need a grandfather clock. I wish we had more like train focused things in The Sims 4. Like I know we have a couple of like toys, so I'm gonna grab those. These are again just Base Game items I'm gonna raise up, and this is just paying tribute to that steam powered idea. It is so windy outside. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind blowing, but like I'm saving every 5 seconds because I'm scared my game is gonna crash / my house is gonna blow away like Wizard of Oz. My kitchen is going to be back here, and again pay attention to the layout here because we're gonna keep it very similar in the next house. I'm gonna use these industrial counters from Base Game. We'll do one more over here, and this is where I can put my fridge. I think for my fridge, I'm gonna try this one here from Cottage Living. That way I can use the matching stove. I also really like the cabinets that come with this Base Game set, so I'm just gonna put those above here, and maybe we'll change it up with a different one at the end. This is where we'll put my sink. We'll do the smoke detector there, and I think my trash, let's put the trash can right over here. I think I'm going to add another one of these massive clocks right when you walk in, and And then under there, I think I want to use this corner table. Again, from base game, she is just having her moment today. We're gonna bring over some more Journey to Batu items. And here is how our main floor turned out. I absolutely love the color scheme in here. The metallics of it all look so good, especially this part right here with those windows, like the lighting coming through is just gonna be so pretty. This is how it turned out over to this side with our bookshelves. We have our dining table. The kitchen area is back here with our massive clock at the entry. I just added some more pipes, some more Journey to Batu clutter, and just for our kitchen back here, I added a little bit extra, and I can't wait to go do the upstairs. So while I was building downstairs, I also found this massive item from Journey to Batu, and this is perfect for this aesthetic. I also wanted to add a couple of these, maybe in like some sort of style, like even just along the wall like that. I could actually probably even stick some clocks in here too. That one fit in there perfectly. I'm gonna try and get this one in there. I don't know if we're gonna get anything in that big one, but that's definitely an interesting way to use those. And then I was thinking about this chess table from high school years. Kind of has that same sort of vibe going on. We'll bring our Journey to Batu chairs. And also I could see these base game pictures working here. Maybe I'll save this one for my bedroom. So in the hallway, we can use these pictures here. I'm gonna add some Journey to Batu vents. Maybe this crate rug from Get Famous. So there is our hallway. And next for the bathroom, this build is all about trying things out today. So I'm gonna try out this bathtub. This one does not get a whole lot of love from me. It's from Cats and Dogs. The shape of it is just so weird. I'm gonna use some different pipes, this time from City Living. I'm gonna use this sink here from high school years, just with a big metal mirror. And I could totally fit both a shower and a toilet over here. So I'm gonna use this shower from Get Famous with the matching toilet from Cats and Dogs. I'm gonna try and do some sort of funky thing over here with these clocks and actually mark this down for the history books. I don't think I've used a single plant in this whole build yet, other than like the trees outside. No, literally not one plant in here. It's just not a very planty aesthetic in the first place, but maybe we'll add one just for the sake of having one, you know? So this is how our bathroom turned out. Same vibe going on in here. I like that we were able to do a bath and a shower and one lonely little plant. And finally, we're moving on to the bedroom. So for my bed, I was actually thinking about this one. Maybe we change the swatch to something like that. And I'm gonna add this rug here from Werewolves. I haven't actually used these clocks here yet from Cottage Living, so I'm gonna add a couple of those. These are really pretty, very detailed. And then in front of that, I was thinking about adding this base game chair. We can bring in the base game desk I was talking about earlier, maybe with this fancy dresser here. And I guess instead of like a computer, I'll add this. Those base game paintings I was talking about are gonna go above my desk. So this is how our bedroom turned out in our steampunk house. This is an aesthetic that I will totally be giving a try again. I love the amount of detail that goes into it, all the machinery giving industrial, but like in a timeless sort of way. It's a very unique vibe. I like it. All right, now we need to find a way to make this exact same shell look opposite to this. So for the next house, I've moved here to Newcrest. And for this next aesthetic, I want to try and do like a pink Victorian vibe. We're gonna see a lot of vintage decor, a lot of florals, a lot of lace. It's basically gonna be like this coquette style. It's gonna be soft, dainty, elegant, and it'll be interesting seeing another Victorian inspired aesthetic, but in a very different way. All right, so first thing we're gonna do again is raise this up on a foundation. And I'm gonna use this pink wallpaper here from Horse Ranch. We're going to roof this in a completely different way than the steampunk one. I'm just gonna take a gabled roof piece, I'm gonna raise it up, and I'm going to curve it. I'm gonna take the same one and rotate it and put it along the back, and then we'll just pull this one all the way along to the back as well. I also want to add something different to the tower, so I'm gonna take a hipped roof and we're gonna raise it up again. We're gonna curve it. I'm gonna use this scalloped wallpaper here from Cats and Dogs, and we're also going to use a scalloped roof. I have been waiting to use use the for rent trim on a Victorian home. So we're going to add that onto the roofing, and I'm just going to use some of it here for some separation between the wallpapers. I'm going to use a fence from Strangerville going along the balconies here. We'll do the exact same kind of entryway as well. We'll add the matching railing, and for my foundation paint, I think I want to use this one from Get Famous. Next, we're going to add windows, and I have a few options in mind. Strangerville is normally my go-to when doing any kind of Victorian builds. I love the shutters on them. I love that there's a smaller version you can use. It looks really good around like the diagonal parts like that. And then they also have these smaller windows, which again are super detailed, and they even have a pink option. Do I want to go for the pink? May as well. And then we can also use a Strangerville door. I love this one here. There's also these ones with the stained glass. And then for the top, I might just use these ones here from Cottage Living. We're gonna add a base game trim this time, going around the entire thing. I'm gonna use these Cottage Living lights. And for the wood, I think I'm gonna stick with Cottage Living. I'm gonna be combining this like beige color with the pink a lot. We could also use some Cottage Living window boxes. I'm gonna shrink one and put it on this window here. And then what if we tried these from Get Together? I think I'm just gonna put those on my balconies and like any spot that needs a little something, like this corner here by the entry. And I also want to use these roofing accents from Get Together up top too. So I'm raising this one on the tower. Maybe these ones can be stuck into the front. It is so cute so far. It's giving like dollhouse. I'm gonna add a chimney right here, and I'll do the landscaping and we can go inside. So this is how our pink Victorian aesthetic turned out. So different from the last one. Like if you told me these two were the same shell, I probably wouldn't even believe you. And I feel like the biggest contributor to that is probably the roofing, but I'm in love with this. I think it turned out so pretty. I used these lights here. These are actually from Cats and Dogs, and I thought they just added such a nice vibe to the entry. Also, we have these little bows around, which I might even carry these onto the interior. They'll even look cute like just above the door. Those are just little base game bows. On this balcony, I added an easel. I don't know why I'm getting the feeling that the sim who lives here might be creative. And on this balcony, I just added this little bench here. This is again just a base game bench in pink, which maybe I'll add one over here in the garden too. All right, now we're ready to go inside, and let's see how different these interiors can be. I've added all of my wallpaper, some lighting in here. I used chandeliers from Vampires, and maybe we'll do the opposite this time. We'll start up here at the top. So for the bed, I was immediately thinking of this one here from high school years, and I think we can see a lot of base game in here again. Like this table, I like the weathered look. I think some of these mirrors could look really pretty too. This one as well. I think I might save this one for my bathroom. And I could also see my wedding stories working a lot here because we're gonna need a lot of florals. Obviously my wedding stories has a ton of that. I'm already bringing in the bows. I think I'm gonna put these above my bed, and I'm gonna go straight to the gallery and download some art. I've downloaded this floral art here from Holy Schmowow on the gallery, and I'm shrinking these paranormal pictures and using the frames behind. I want a different one for the big one though, so I'm gonna use this frame here from Vampires, and we're gonna shrink it down. So we've got like a small gallery wall going above the bed, and I might keep it going this way. We'll add a mirror here, some more art, and Vintage Glamour has these lace curtains, which I think are gonna be perfect for this vibe. For our dresser, I think I'm gonna use this one here from Cottage Living. Maybe we can add some Vintage Glamour perfume bottles with some flowers on there. I wish this mirror here from the basement kit didn't have that like crack on it. Like I know there's some other swatches that don't have it, but this mirror, like the shape of it is so pretty. And actually also from the basement kit, we have these frames. I'm feeling the florals on there, so I'm gonna try those. I'm adding a fluffy high school years rug. Oh, what about this chair from Parenthood? I also feel like we just need a violin in here. I don't know why. Like this one is very expensive. I'm gonna put that right there. And then I feel like adding another dresser. Like what about this one from Cats and Dogs with that little detail on it? For Rent has this here, which I'm gonna put over top of the door. And what if we raise up this purse clutter just so it's sitting on top of the chair? So this is going to be our bedroom. I really like this gallery wall here. I love the frames. I've actually been going to like thrift stores in real life because I have been on a hunt for some really nice like vintage frames. Even if it has a picture of someone else's cat in it, like I want to buy it. But yeah, so far this is our bedroom. I'm gonna bring some of these elements into the hallway. Like I want to bring this chair, maybe I could put that in the corner. I'm definitely bringing the vintage glamour curtains. I think I want to use this end table here from base game. Maybe we'll add some pretty flowers on there. Princess Cordelia can make an appearance, but I think I'm gonna shrink her. Actually, no, she's gonna stay big and these flowers are gonna go around her. I'm gonna use the Jungle Adventure mirror over in this corner. And I'm also gonna use this storage unit here from Cats and Dogs. So far, here is our hallway. And then for the bathroom, I've seen people lately using dividers for like not the purpose of a divider, but more so against the wall as decor. So I'm gonna put that behind my bathtub. I'm gonna surround this with some pretty flowers. I think for my sink, I'm gonna use Cottage Living just with this like gold swatch. We'll get some base game towels on there, the matching one over on this side, and same as the last one, we can fit in the shower and the toilet over here. So here's how our bathroom turned out. I will be using that divider as decor like that for a while. I think that looks so pretty. There are even different swatches, especially in boho builds. I've seen people use like things like that back there. I added some more bows like the one above the mirror. And over here, I just added this base game like cabinet, some flowers on the back of the toilet, and this is how our bathroom turned out. So we are now ready to go downstairs. And down here, I was picturing the piano from My Wedding Stories. Like this one, I feel like would look so pretty if I can make room for it back there. I'm gonna squeeze it as far as I can get it before hitting the wall. I'm gonna add a big chandelier in the corner, but I'm gonna go into live mode and I'm gonna set the color to more of like a warm white. Over here, this time I'm gonna use my same big vampire's picture for the frame, but this time I'm gonna raise up these mirrors so they're gonna be hiding inside the frame. So it's just gonna look like a massive mirror with a pretty like frame. Like how pretty is that? That's one of my favorite hacks to use. I know I'm gonna download more art, so I'm just using these here as like placeholders, and I'm gonna use this pink fluffy rug over here. The kitchen this time is going to be in the back, and I think I'm gonna use this pale pink fridge from Country Kitchen. We'll add the matching oven, and I think this time I'm gonna use these counters from Cottage Living. We'll add our sink, some Country Kitchen cabinets, and as decor, I want to use these aprons here from base game. I'm also gonna use some of the pastel Realm of Magic hanging herbs, and then our dining table still has to be over here in the same spot. I think I'm gonna use the same dining table that I used, but in a different swatch. My chairs will also be these base game ones, and I think this time I'm gonna use these massive bookshelves here from Strangerville. I think I'm gonna do the same thing where we just get the basics in here first. So I'm gonna switch around and do the living room. I was thinking about using this rug here from Growing Together. Again, same rug, different swatch. And can we get away with these base game couches? Maybe not in that pink color, but like, what if we tried the white? We'll also do the bigger one, but then we can tie in the pink with the Modern Luxe pillows. So I'm just gonna raise these. This one's gonna go right in the middle. Maybe we can add like a couple of them over here on the sides. And those couches look brand new. Now I'm like, I want to keep trying the same items, different swatch ideas. So I'm using the same coffee table we used before. I also had a vintage glamour bar, so maybe we add that back here in white. I've been using these My Wedding Stories lanterns. I'm gonna add a fireplace over here, a TV up top, and for my decor, I'm just gonna bring through some of the same florals. We can even add one of the same clocks that we used before in a different swatch. All right, here is our beautiful pink Victorian coquette inspired home. Totally different feeling in here from the last one. Even though we followed the same shell, same layout, even had some similar items, I don't know which one I like better today. The steampunk one was just so unique. This one is so vintage, soft. I don't know. Let me know which one you guys liked better today, and if there's any aesthetics you want to see me do, let me know in the comment section down below. You can totally see us trying something like this again in the future. I love trying out new styles and different things. So if you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.